Representative Roy has been a real wonderful advocate for manufacturing. He is the chair of the House chair of the Manufacturing Caucus. The caucus is made up of some 50 legislators from Senate and the House, and they advocate and they look for issues and keep those issues in front of the rest of their membership to make manufacturing relevant, to make manufacturing important, and for the state to recognize certainly the economic impacts that manufacturing brings to Massachusetts. It's 9% of the GDP of Massachusetts. 250,000 people work in manufacturing. It's significant in terms of economic development. Manufacturing jobs create other jobs 2-3 times for every manufacturing employee. So Representative Roy, let me give you a little background on him if you don't know him. Representative Roy was elected to the House of Representatives, 10th Norfolk, in 2012. Re-elected in 14 and 16. Recently, he was appointed the vice chair for the Committee on Healthcare Finance. So he's picked a couple of real difficult programs to try and move forward and support. But with Representative Roy and his members in the House, we have stayed very relevant with the legislators. And we get wonderful support from the state of Massachusetts. I struggle sometimes. I live in Massachusetts, I'm a taxpayer, but I struggle sometimes when people say Massachusetts is a difficult place to have a business. But then I look and I see the services that are provided and that continue to be provided. $22 million in workforce training fund grants to train our employees. There are capital grants. Schools are getting capital grants. That piece of equipment over there was provided by a capital grant from the state so that we can help train the next generation, or even some of the folks in this generation. Our state is investing in the future through the Innovation Institutes. Massachusetts has wrapped their arms around 4 separate technologies to advance technologies in functional fibers, photonics, flexible electronics, and what was the 4th one? Robotics. And so there's some $120 million that's being invested in that over and above what the universities and the federal government is investing in. But that money is put aside to help manufacturers advance their own skills and technologies in those 4 core areas. So I'm pleased and honored to introduce Representative Roy. Again, a tremendous advocate for manufacturing. He gets it. He really, really gets it. He's out visiting manufacturers, advocating for manufacturers, and I can't think of a better friend to have here today. Representative Roy.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for being here. It's really an honor for me to be here, not only because I love manufacturing, but the commute to this morning's session is about 1.5 miles from my home. I want to welcome you all to Franklin, which is part of the 10th Norfolk District, which I have had the great honor and privilege of representing in the House of Representatives for the past 6 years. I want to begin by thanking John Killam and MassMEP for putting this event together and for continuing to highlight what we need to do to make it in Massachusetts. The legislature is engaged in a public-private partnership with each of you to strengthen our economy and join you to welcome a new age or renaissance in manufacturing here in Massachusetts. Why manufacturing? Well, as John had pointed out, manufacturing is vitally important to the Massachusetts economy. It provides pathways to economic prosperity for residents of varied educational levels. Massachusetts' strong regional manufacturing clusters help anchor regional economies, especially outside of the Boston core. And manufacturing is becoming increasingly reliant on advanced and emerging technologies a trend that plays to the Commonwealth's strengths. It is the 6th largest employment sector here in Massachusetts. 10.1% of the Commonwealth's total economic output is tied to manufacturing, and $26 billion in manufactured goods were exported from the Commonwealth in 2016 alone. And as John had told you, 250,000 employees work in the manufacturing sector, comprising 7.8% of the total workforce in the state. This local manufacturing capacity helps Massachusetts innovators bring new products to market more quickly. And Dirk, I think you mentioned that, and helps innovative companies grow to scale in Massachusetts. Now, the legislature's manufacturing caucus was started in 2014, and now we're up to over 60 members of the House and Senate. That's out of 200 members in the Massachusetts legislature. Nearly 1/3 of them participate in this caucus. And the caucus serves as a link for issues that affect the manufacturing industry. We came together to address the problems that each and every one of you face in the industry, and we want to help you to fill the technically demanding jobs with people who have the right skills. As lawmakers, we focus on training for manufacturing employees, encourage innovation by helping startups access resources, and expanding apprenticeship opportunities, among other things. We set policies and allocate budget dollars to bolster the economy and, again, build upon the renaissance of manufacturing here. Several years ago, we passed legislation to form an advanced manufacturing collaborative made up of industry leaders, innovators, and government officials. Our mission, and I want you to hear this, our mission is to make Massachusetts the most complete, connected, and fastest ecosystem for applying advanced technology to commercialize products from innovation through production. And I will tell you, it is working. We have created a great ecosystem for manufacturing, and we are committed to strengthening it. We understand that during the next decade, baby boomer retirements and economic expansion will lead to a number of job openings in manufacturing. Manufacturers will struggle to find employees to fill these positions. Indeed, that's why many of you are here today. On top of that, manufacturers are faced with overcoming a negative image of the industry among young people. While most Americans consider manufacturing one of the most important domestic industries for maintaining a strong national economy, they rank it low as a career choice for themselves. 80% of manufacturing executives report that they're willing to pay more than market rates in areas reeling from a talent shortage. Executives report that it takes an average of 94 days to recruit employees in the engineering, research, scientific fields, and an average of 70 days to recruit skilled production workers. Facing these timeframes for recruiting, it's no surprise that manufacturers report that most significant business impact of the talent shortage is their ability to meet customer demand. To address these needs, we are fostering collaboration between manufacturers, community colleges, technical high schools, and regional workforce boards in order to create regionally specific talent pipelines. We are aligning education programs, the state workforce system, and economic development to meet employers' needs for workers in each region of this state. We have hosted and participated in a number of manufacturing roundtables like this across the state, and we are funding the following programs: the Workforce Training Fund, the UMass Lowell Innovation Hub, the UMass Innovation Center, MassTech, and of course the Massachusetts Manufacturing Extension Partnership. We've also created a mass manufacturing website, and I urge you to visit that regularly. It focuses on, among other things, the resources manufacturers need to access creative financing solutions, save on energy costs, attract qualified workers, and take their businesses to the next level. And last October, we had our second annual Manufacturing Award ceremony at the State House, where we recognized 53 manufacturers from throughout the Commonwealth. And we're going to do it again on October 30th of 2018, so contact your reps and senators and get yourself on that nomination list, because we want to see what you're doing to make it in Massachusetts, and we want to recognize you for your great work. We do this work because we believe making it in Massachusetts is critical for economic prosperity and success for all our residents, and because it is one of the great keys to maintaining the Commonwealth as a great place to live, work, and raise a family. If we look at our nation's history, times of big growth have always been fueled by manufacturing revolutions. Look at the steam engine in the middle of the 19th century, the mass production model in the beginning of the 20th century, and the first automation wave in the 1970s. Those resulted in tremendous growth. And 50 years later, we're on the verge of another huge change, and once again, manufacturing is leading the way. We are seeing manufacturing converge with large technological innovations, and harnessing these technologies in the manufacturing space is the next revolution that will boost industrial productivity and create growth. And Massachusetts can lead the way. Along with you, we are writing the next chapter in manufacturing history, and I'm happy to be able to join you on this journey. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of this renaissance, and enjoy your time here today. Thank you.